Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have the Secret Society of Second-Born Royals. It's a mouthful. In fact, I said that when the main person who was narrating the story, as well as introducing it to the children you see here, I literally said it the second before he said, it's a mouthful. It's a long title. But this is a 2020 film. It's an hour and 41 minutes long, and it is a kind of princess superhero adventure. You know, it's a story of a girl who happens to be the second in line to the throne of a fictional country called Illyria. Illyria, the name Illyria, has a number of historical references to it, but we'll let you figure that out. Her name is so long, and I don't know why. Her name is Peyton Lee. You recognize her? She's Annie Mac. She's also Doogie Kameāloha. Doogie Kameāloha. This is something she did just before she went in to do the Doogie series. And I think this is either going to be a series of films on Disney that does not have singing and dancing, although there is rock and roll. She is very much a rock and roller, and she really loves her music. She's sneaking off to concerts. She's a princess, but she's kind of rebellious. She even does concerts in the park with her best buddy, who's the son of the gardener or something. I don't know. They live at the castle in. Okay, it's Ottawa. It's Ottawa. You can tell, by the way, when they move into the city streets, and there's a certain taupe color, a certain brownish Canadian look to the buildings. So yeah, I was like, this is either Toronto, which isn't exactly right, but it felt Canadian from the moment I saw it. And yeah, it's Ottawa. So that's where they filmed it. It's not over in Europe. And strangely enough, this is a country where, like Peyton here, who plays Sam has an American accent. Yet other royals that you see here along with her, second-born royals, also, they have English accents. Others don't. They're just sort of all over the place. So, I gotta give you the concept here. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you because honestly, I shouldn't. And I like the fact that, yeah, it goes through a few predictable tropes, and it's all right. That's all right. There are a few little surprises along the way, but this is the story of a princess who is sick of being a princess, who her older sister is going to be named queen in a matter of days, and she's just sick of all the royal crap. She wants to make real change for the people of the country through rock and roll. I don't know, her music, whatever ways that she sees that are different than just, hey, I'm a royal and I can put a face to poverty maybe, but really, you know, she sees another girl that she bumps heads with, who is all obsessed with her Instagram and her social media likes and her face, and she's super rich, and she's a second-born royal as well, but she's all about having her face out there. She is so visible. And she's kind of the snotty British teen girl, the blonde hair, perfect skin, and always the best outfit kind of thing. She's super self-obsessed. Sam doesn't want to be anything like her. And she just sees everything as just, I don't know. She thinks there's a better way. Well, little does she know is that when suddenly she sneaks out to a concert, spoiling a little bit, she suddenly is overwhelmed. Her senses are overwhelmed with sounds and lights and smells and everything else, and she just has to get out of there. Doesn't know what's going on. She's having a panic attack or something. Yeah, and she gets in trouble, but Mom, who is the current queen, decides, we're going to send you off to summer school. Just get that stuff out of your system. Like, isn't your sister supposed to be crowned in a few days? Maybe it's a few weeks, I don't know. But Seems like an awful lot to go through. Anyway, she gets sent off to summer school, and she does a breakfast club, and she meets all sorts of other characters, these kids right here. And they end up training together. Turns out, this is as far as I'm going to go when it comes to powers. Only second-born royals seem to get powers. Like, they're born with them. They're like mutants. I don't know how the genetics decide, hey, you know what, you were born second, so I guess you get powers. The firstborn do not. Prince Harry, by the way, is listed on the wall. His portrait's on the wall, so you get to see that, yes, he is a second-born royal from Princess Diana. He has powers, apparently. And there's others you might recognize on those walls. But Queen Elizabeth's little sister. So a bunch of them throughout history have all had powers and used them to save the world. They're superheroes in a sense. But some of them may not make the cut, and they might have their powers taken away from them if they fail and their memories erased of their abilities. That's kind of like upsetting. So the kids, their job is to bond and to take on challenges, led by a teacher who dresses like Constantine without the cigarette, the brown trench coat with the loose tie. He's the cool teacher, and he is what's his name? Where is his name? No, that's not him. Skylar Aston. Yeah, related to the other Sean? I don't know. But yeah, you get to meet these 5 kids and their teacher, and you get to see them go through all these different things, and they learn to hone their powers and fight an oncoming evil that has some surprises up his sleeve. So it twists and turns here and there, and some unlikely friendships and maybe some unlikely romances come out of this. But it's mostly a fun little movie. It's meant to be it feels like it's meant to be a sneaky pilot to either a series, a franchise, or possibly a series. Probably a highly expensive series, even though the special effects in it, for the most part, are pretty good. The visual effects. There is one, and I'm going to call it the butterfly effect. Toward the end, you'll know it when you see it. It's not my favorite. Nothing against the people doing hard work to make this thing happen. I'm just saying, I think it could have come together a little bit better than that. Everything else, though, fantastic. Fantastic. It's good for a Disney Channel movie, a Disney Channel original. It's the only place you're going to be able to see it, as far as I know. So yeah, it's not going to. I don't think it's going to really upset the table in superhero adventures or anything. There are references to other Disney products. There's films like there's a Hakuna Matata moment, and also a reference to the Avengers, but not that they live in the same universe. It's like they saw the movie too. They know who the Avengers are. They are aware of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So yeah, it's set in a real world kind of setting, except for the fact that Illyria is Ottawa and it's not a real country. And royalty is a thing that monarchies are still a thing we're trying to perpetuate in the modern era for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I can really say about it. I think it's like I said, it's not going to be the greatest film you're ever going to see, but it gets the job done. It's an entertaining bit of things, and Peyton is pretty great in it, and it's a pretty good cast. They get along. They have very distinct personalities, and you'll probably see them in a lot of other stuff in the near future. I had to plug this in. It was almost dead, so it resets everything for me, which I do not like. I have to open up all the apps again. And I forgot to do that. It's, by the way, directed by Anna Mastro, and yeah. It's got humor. It's got action. There's a moment. And also, by the way, there is a character with telekinetic powers, using them, honestly, in a way that we just don't see used before. And I think it's pretty, to their credit, I really appreciate a person with telekinetic abilities using them in a brawler type manner. Like, why wouldn't, if you had telekinetic abilities, it wouldn't just be like, hey, let me levitate that and move this around and use it to hover or something. You would use it to, like, put an extension to your blows, to your, your fist, your kicks, things like that. Push people around, knock them over from a distance. They don't even get close to you, and they do a really good job of shooting that kind of. There's a kind of fight that that character makes use of the telekinetic abilities in a way that nobody can get near them. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, I say check it out if you're into just one more princess movie and one more superhero movie and mash them together. Here you go. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 60. All right. No? Okay. This is a short, and I'm not sure exactly. It feels like it would be a Pixar spinoff, but I could be wrong. And I don't know how short of a short it is, but we'll find out soon enough when we watch Calling All the Monsters. Is this a Monsters, Inc. spinoff? I know there's Party Monster and stuff like that. There's a few other things, but Calling All the Monsters, I can't think of what that might be. But anyway, Calling All the Monsters is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.